Yo, welcome to episode 48. 48, if I'm not mistaken. What is it? Yeah, 48. I think it is 48. Yo, 48 of East Meets West, man. A live podcast show, man. This week is gonna be a sweet one, guys, man. Y'all already know we've been talking about Nottingham for a while already, man. This is one of my favorite indie reads. It's up there when it comes to something's killing the children, and when it comes to Department of Truth. That's just me, Berserker and all that stuff. That's hot because it's dude. We got the writer here himself. And I forgot to ask him. When we introduce him, I would ask him how to pronounce his last name because I don't know if I'm saying it right or I'm saying it wrong. We'll see.
Ask Gomez how to pronounce it.
Gomez, yeah, Gomez know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. Ask him how to pronounce it, and then go to the opposite.
Yo, real quick, man. Let me give a shout out to the sponsors. Shout out over here, man, to Jose Gonzalez, man, here at Spidey's Powder Tumblers, guys. Here, get your custom-made powder-coated stainless steel tumblers with Jose Gonzalez and IG. Hit him up with Spidey's _powder_ tumblers on Instagram, guys. Here, you get your custom tumblers, your custom coffee mugs. You have keychains, wallets, knives, t-shirts and hat. Yo, listen, man, the man does it all, man. So shout out to Jose Gonzalez. Great dude, great collection. And check him out on his YouTube page too, man. He has a great collection. He shows his process of how he does his work with these powdered tumblers. So shout out to Jose. And then again, guys, man, you already know the press is presser. Here, E-Rod, man, 212 with Express Comic Book Pressing Services, man. Here we have our EmW 10 code, guys, to send your books in to get cleaned and pressed. Hit him up by IG on EROD212, his personal page, or hit him up with his business page, Express CBP, or email him at expresscbp@yahoo.com, guys. Not only does he clean and press your books, he can submit them to CGC and CBCS, guys. But with CGC, he gives you his 10% off. It's not no more 15%, it's 10%, right, Josh? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so it's not a bad deal. You know, I mean, you still save 20 with the code EmW with the clean pressing and CGC submission. Last but not least, man, is shout out to Angie here from Skeleton Comics. This is a place where you miss out a book on Wednesday. You can order it online. And look, you got an EmW 10. You got East Meets West 10 code, guys. It's a one-off code. But you also have two other one-off codes, which is Thoro 10 and New York Warriors. All right, so definitely check them out. Here you can get your comic book supplies, your Funko Pops, action figures. Great service, and they ship very well, guys. All right, so that is our friends of the show, guys. So shout out to everybody there. And real quick, I see a couple people in the chat. Let me just give them a shout out real quick, man. I see Sean Miller first, man. Shout out to Sean Miller. Thank you for joining us. We got Johnny Dakota, man. Shout out to Johnny Dakota, man. Shout out to everybody who reposted on IG, on Instagram, for doing this, man, every week. Johnny Dakota is one of them. And listen, Canadian. Listen, if you out there in Canada, you're looking for a presser, then Johnny Dakota's hit him up on IG, man. He's your guy. He has pictures on his IG before and afters. Great dude. So shout out to Johnny, man. Right? And then I see GT Key Comics is in the building. We got Tino73. We have Comics Are Great. What is going on? Comics Are Great. Who else we got? We got Wesley Comic Collection, man, from Future Specs. Shout out to Future Specs out there. They were just on. I just said what's up real quick.
Wait, they changed their name?
They changed their name. Yeah, man. Where you been at? Where you been at, man?
Yeah, they had the last one like 2 weeks ago.
Yes. They changed it a couple weeks ago, yeah. I think it was the week before we went to the show, Josh. Let me see. We have Sean Miller. Then we have Sif Lorley. Sif Lorley and the Spine Six, man. Shout out to those guys, man. You know how they rock out on Saturday night. Yo, listen, we was with them. I was up with them. I know Broski left before me, but I was like till 4 a.m. with them, just yapping backstage. Yeah. It's always a great time with Sif, right, Broski?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So who else we have here, man? Let me see. We got Bricks the Iron Geek. Yes, I said Tino73. We got Guy Forge from Pressable Defects. What is going on? Who else? Bam. We got Martian Comic Hunter. We have Azorus Tiger, Average Will. Back issue Paulie's in the house. Thanks for joining us. And I think that's it, broski. I'm not missing nobody, right? I don't think so.
Average Will and Martian Comic Hunter.
Yeah, Someday Da Vinci's in here and Red Comic, man. It's Code Red Comic, excuse me. What is going on? Thank you everybody for joining us, man. For this episode of East Meets West is a good one, man, because we have a dope writer, man, from one of these indie books like Nottingham. If you're just joining us, guys, we've got my man David Hazan backstage. Shout out to Universe X, what is going on. So yeah, let me bring him out. So I know he's backstage, like, oh my god, these guys are talking way too much, man. Let's go. Come on, let's do this. Come on. Hey, yo,
first of all, we were here to talk. Like, isn't that the point?
True. But before we start off, am I saying your name right? Your last name?
Hazan.
Hazan.
Yeah.
Got you. See, I said, hey, Hazan. I'm all right, Hazan. There you go.
Every interview, it happens, but I assume it only needs to happen once. So
there you go, guys. So David Hazan, guys, as you know. I see Figure Drawing. Thank you for joining us. Aerial Maestro is in the house. So what's going on, everybody? All right, man. Can you, first off, this is your first book that you're writing, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now Nottingham has been a great book for me for the past 2 issues. I know issue 3 comes out in a couple weeks. Can you tell the people out here in the YouTube community what can they expect from Nottingham? Reading.
So what we've done is we've taken the Robin Hood legend and we've turned it on its head. We follow, instead of following Robin, we follow the Sheriff of Nottingham, who is effectively a detective in a medieval police procedural, and he's hunting the Merry Men and a serial killer who's been murdering tax collectors around the area. But sort of the more he delves into the mystery, the more he realizes he's kind of trapped between the political forces that are clashing at the time, including, Prince John and also the Merry Men.
Yes. I know it's a 5-book series, right? It's a 5-book series. And I feel like it's just a short window to get a lot out, because it's just a great read. I know without saying anything, can we expect maybe a volume 2 or extension to maybe reach out to issue 6 or 7, with Nottingham?
What I can say is this: we ended in a place where we can come back.
Okay.
And just look out for issue 5, and you'll be able to tell the direction we're heading with this if we get the chance to do more. But the chance to do more ultimately is in the reader's hands. So please, if you can pick up Nottingham, go to your store, pre-order whatever you can. Yes. We have issue 3 comes out on the 12th of May. The second printing of issue 2 comes out on the 12th of May. The third printing of issue 1 comes out on the 19th of May. So you have a chance this month to pick up all 3 issues and catch up. So I highly recommend you get in as soon as you can. Otherwise, digital is your best bet. Mad Cave is doing a deal as well where you can subscribe to the digital series for like $20, and they'll also send you the physical trade at the end. So that is a great deal, and you should definitely get your hands on that if you can't get your hands on the physical single issues.
And do it soon, because it goes like that.
Yes.
This book is that good. I for real, like, this is my, if not read of the year so far, only 2 issues in, it's tied for the first, like, by a long shot. And this is your first book that you've ever done, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so what made you get into this? And like, what was your inspiration to do this? I mean, obviously Robin Hood to a certain extent, but what,
I mean, I've always been a writer, but I just never really found a place that I felt comfortable writing. Prose always felt like very difficult, and I was somebody who was discouraged from reading comics as a kid. But I've always been obsessed with TV. Like my gateway drug for superheroes was Smallville, and I'm obsessed with superhero media, and my colleagues ended up getting sick of that and decided that they were just going to shove comics in my hands to shut me up. And in fairness, it worked. Cut to now 3 years later, and Nottingham's here. I got more specifically, I got into that through Mad Cave's talent search. So I started writing comics pretty much immediately after people started giving them to me to shut me up. And it was a few months later, I saw Mad Cave's talent search, and I kind of just was like, okay, let's do it. And for those who are unfamiliar with Mad Cave's line of titles, basically how that talent search works is they ask you to write a story in the world of one of their properties. And the story I wrote was in their Battle Cats universe, which is like medieval fantasy version of Thundercats. Okay. It's real fun. And it's basically the firstborn son of Mad Cave's CEO Mark London, and I decided that the best way to write in that universe was to kill everyone.
Hey,
clearly it struck a chord. So
yeah, definitely. And listen, when it comes to you and the artist, his name's Shane, right? My man Shane Connery. Yeah, Connery Volk. Yeah, the combination of your writing and, like I said before, backstage and his art is just well done in this book. Because his art is so different from what reading a typical comic. So kudos to you guys for that too, man.
Just to go off of that, it really is fantastic, and I say it all the time. Like, when an artist can do such a good job telling a story without there needing to be words. And obviously this doesn't take away from you, but Dave, but when you add the words to it, it just adds even more to it. You know what I mean? Like, this story can be told almost without words. That's how good his art is. So how did they pair you up, or did you meet him somehow, or they put you two together?
No, so he was a winner of the artist portion of the talent search.
Okay.
And I think they recognized the kind of bloody and sad things that I was doing with my writing, and they paired me with the person who writes who draws sad faces the best. So everyone's grumpy and sad, and like it just seemed to be a accidental harmonious marriage of writing and art, I guess.
So he's from Canada, you were telling us before. So how is that kind of like, collaborating with him when he's so, I mean, I know it's not probably too difficult since we have, StreamYard, Skype, and all that kind of stuff, but I got to imagine it's still sort of challenging.
It's kind of worked really well because of when everybody is awake and asleep, things just flow on somehow.
Yeah.
by nature of everyone's time zones. Like, I'll turn something in and then I'll pass out, and then our editor will be waking up and he'll go to it, and it just kind of like, it's this weird accidental like perfect circle, I suppose. But I think everyone in comics is, especially now, is kind of suffering this inability to actually physically connect with collaborators, and the internet is great for that, and we just do what we can, and like, and everybody's been suffering it in their day jobs as well if they don't do comics full time, and you just kind of make do. And it's been weird. We've been trying to organize getting together to like celebrate our collective success, and it's just been so difficult. Even digitally finding the perfect time, because our colorist is in Italy as well. So
oh wow.
So you win this talent search for Mad Cave. First of all, is there other winners, or is it just one winner?
So there's usually a crop of about 3 to 4 winners in each category each year. So highly recommend you check out the books from other people who it would take me a while to list, but at the moment coming out is Liesl Buenaventura, and I forget the artist's name, which I'm feeling really bad for right now. But
it's okay. It's okay.
They Fell from the Sky, which is kind of like a more like grounded present take on ET. And Villainous from Stoney Williams and Jeff Szynski, which is freaking amazing. If you like a little bit, it's like a little bit like The Boys, but also it's got like that teen element, which Stoney does so brilliantly. And also, so that comes out in trade this month, I think. A bunch of other stuff from people I like, Dryfoot from Jared Lujan, and also I've forgotten the artist, and I'm really bad. Feel free to guilt me on Twitter or whatever. But
It's all good.
Okay, so after you win, and they're like, okay, we want you to do something. Do they come to you and say, do it, Mad Cave? I mean, do whatever you want, or you have to do something like this. We're only giving you a mini series, and like, you know, do you get that feeling now where it's like, oh shit, now I've got to do something on my own type of thing? What is that thing going to be?
No, so for the most part, but I say this for everyone else but me, they got a kind of a more fleshed out pitch, and the place we were all coming from was we knew if we won, we were going to get a 5-issue miniseries. So I think we were mostly mentally prepared for that idea. Happy birthday, Code Red!
Yes, happy birthday.
So I think we were mostly prepared for that idea, but Mad Cave, for whatever reason, the pitch they had for me fell through. So they gave me a genre and some like vague directions as to what they wanted. And I gave them something else and also Nottingham to choose from, and they went with Nottingham, and I'm very glad they did.
Yeah, definitely. Who's with all these characters you ran, who's your favorite character writing in this 5-book miniseries?
Look, I love writing Marion. Well and truly, like I'm a dialogue person, and there's just so many things you can put in the dialogue without specifically telegraphing them to the reader that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And I will say this: pay attention to the art, because we've laced clues in everything. So.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like, so obviously issue 2 is only available to the public right now. And I feel like obviously it seems like a different take on, Maid Marian as we all know her. Yeah. Obviously, I feel like she's like the crux to everything.
Yeah.
Like, in some way. I just feel like there's more to her than what we've gotten to see so far. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. She just kind of seems I don't know. Different.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah, I mean, listen, F. Blackthorne is one of my favorites, man. He's an interesting character, that guy. And I wanted to go back to issue 1 and issue 2, and I don't know about anybody else, but I got a little vibe, like, because I was watching, what is it, King Arthur, the Guy Ritchie version, right? The Guy Ritchie that came out a couple years ago, whatever. And you know how Guy Ritchie does his movie. He does it, so unique, his style, whatever. I got the vibe in this. When I read this a little bit, when Blackthorne was interviewing those characters in the second issue, interrogating, I kind of got the Guy Ritchie, how you go back and they tell the story and stuff like that. Was that going through your mind while you was writing this? And,
no, it's not. No? It's totally not. The reason why I was discussing this with someone a couple of days ago, actually, because like talking heads all the time is freaking boring. So you got to kind of like, but True. it was cool to like make the art from a perspective that it got in the head of the person who was being interviewed. And I don't want to give too much away with this, but you can tell in like the second person who gets interrogated, especially, you can tell that like it's very much you see from their perspective of what happened, but that that's not what really happened.
Yes. Yeah. Your broski, you got it?
No, it's just the fact that it goes off. I'm still going off Nottingham. Is the fact when I read it, it just felt like you said, like a Robin Hood type movie, but then darker and more detailed. And then that's what you want. You want something that's not like when you read a comic compared to a movie, it's more darker and more to, like you said, to a different perspective compared to the main character. And when I read it, that's what I felt. I felt like, okay, now we're getting a different side, and it's a mystery. It's a mystery, and we all like mysteries of what's going on. And when I'm reading it, that's why I like it. The fact that you're putting pieces and puzzles together for that 5-part miniseries, which hopefully, like I think we said, hopefully goes to a second volume because of the situation of, see, when you go out with Mad Cave Comics being an indie comic, you don't have they don't know how much you're gonna sell, so you only do a certain amount copies, and that's why it sells a lot. And I've seen a couple people on the panel say that not a lot of shops have it. Well, not a lot of shops know what it is when they see it when it comes in, but you can tell how well it's going and in fact you're writing. So that's kudos to you. But what inspired you? What inspired you to begin writing? Like besides like Smallville, I'm a big Smallville fan with Tom Welling and how he did it as Superman as a young age, middle-aged kid growing up in high school. What inspired you to do writing and make up these stories that people can now read out of your brain?
I mean, I don't know that I can point to anything in particular. That kind of level of deep introspection is just I don't know the answer to your question.
Yeah.
But I grew up just like being a voracious reader, and it wasn't until I found comics that I kind of felt at home writing and felt like I was writing in the right place. And maybe I'll go back to writing prose at some point in the future. Maybe I'll write for some other medium, but I love I can write comics in little increments, and it like that just helps my brain immensely. I work a day job as a lawyer, so like I don't necessarily get a lot of like sit down and do a lot of writing time other than on the weekend. So it's nice to be able to like chunk through things. But I can't track any inspiration to I want to make stories back specifically.
Wait, so you're a lawyer too?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is your hobby right here.
Talented man.
I thought I was busy. Damn. Yeah, okay, so like when did you know? I mean, I'm assuming you probably didn't think it was going to be as big of a hit as it's been. I mean, I'm sure you thought it might do well, but like probably not to the extent that it has done. Like when you saw this reception to this book, like you got to be on cloud 9.
Look, it was super validating. Obviously, and it's difficult when you're making your first book, and this is like your first sort of entree into the industry as well, because other people have been doing anthologies and whatever. Like my co-winners and whatever have been doing a lot more comics before they got to this point than I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea how any of this was going to be received, and you keep your team keeps telling you it's good, but they're biased, obviously, to a certain extent, and it's not until you start like seeing the first couple of reviews and like
it's sold out everywhere, and you can't.
Well, I mean, like
that.
But like that also, in a way, makes me a little sad, because like there are people who are like, we really want this book, and they just cannot get it physically, at least. And I'm like, digital comics are cool too.
So is there any? And you probably can't answer this, even if there is, but is there any talks about this getting optioned for anything?
The answer is I don't know. Mad Cave, I will say this because it's just been announced a couple of weeks ago. Mad Cave just signed up with Echo Lake Entertainment to do all their like movie and TV and whatever stuff. So It's certainly a possibility. I wish I knew more, and I don't because welcome to comics.
Yeah.
I just write scripts, my friend. I leave the Hollywood twos and fros to better people.
Yeah.
When he says, "Do you like the
Do you
OG
like
Law and Order
the
TV show?"
Look, so there's only a certain tolerance I have for formulaic television. I like serialized television a lot. I find it really hard to buy into episodic television. And I can watch like an episode of whatever police procedural in isolation, but as soon as you're like let's sit down and watch all of these, I'm like I can't do that.
Listen, over here, we do the FOC every Friday for CBSI. Josh makes the list for them, and when we first learned about Nottingham is doing the FOC show or FOC list that we put on our show, and off the bat, when we read the synopsis of it, we was like, oh, check, I'm on it, or whatever.
The cover alone on issue number 1 is just like, I'm getting that.
Yes. And for touching, on what Gomez said earlier, for people not to miss out, not only that you can order through your LCS guys, check Man Cave Comics, and order your books through there too, because most of the time that's how I got my books. I did, I think I put one copy on my list. I think the rest I ordered from Mad Cave. But definitely that's the route to go to, so you don't miss out on these books. Now that you have second printings and third printings,
Yes.
I wanted to share this real quick, man. Let me just share this. So yeah,
got the trade now too available to pre-order.
That too. Hold on. Bam. Okay. We got Nottingham number 1 there. That's the cover for issue 2. For issue 3, 4. I've learned of these 4, and then I just recently today doing these slides. Issue 5. That's the cover of issue 5.
Yeah.
So definitely have all of them pre-ordered. But at the same time, knowing that these went to second printings, for issue 1 and for issue 2. Now the book is getting so hyped up that they even have a third printing. So. I mean, what do you expect the success like this? This is going crazy for this book. A lot of fans for Nottingham.
Yeah. Look, I think it's a combination of us like hitting on something that's already very popular and just giving like a genuinely fresh take at a time when people are looking for new things. And it's been absolutely fantastic seeing the response to this.
Do you know how big the print run is on the first print for number 1?
I don't think I'm at liberty to say.
Okay. That's cool.
So
yeah.
Go ahead, Josh.
So obviously you're done writing this, I would assume.
So I finished the script for number 5 in mid-March last year.
Yeah. Okay. Way down. So are you currently? I know we discussed in the beginning about maybe this continues on to a second volume, whatever. But is there something else that you are working on?
I was going to ask that, bro. Come on.
Sorry, comic related.
Yeah.
That could be this, or maybe you want to do something else. That's not Nottingham.
So I guess I can say I'm working on some things for Mad Cave.
Okay.
I don't think that would surprise anyone. I'm like working on some of my own stuff. Vaguely want to do a Kickstarter at the end of the year / early next year on a thing. But it's really hard to like talk about anything in solid terms until it's already made, which is I don't want to say too much. The other thing I do have is Australian comics publisher, premier Australian comics publisher, Gestalt Comics, is doing an anthology towards the end of this year, early next year, I think, called Axiom. It's a sci-fi anthology. pretty much all of Australia's top talent is going to be in there. And I have a story in there, and it's really great, and I'm excited about it. And hopefully, that will probably be my next thing that people read. So yeah, that's probably where you can find me next, and then Kickstarter, and then maybe other Man Cave things next year.
That's nice. That's awesome.
There we go. A lot of listen to the chat over here giving that
Braveheart.
Yeah,
I don't want to comment on any of this. I don't want to get myself in any trouble commenting on any of this, either now or in the future if I decide to do any of these things.
Yes.
No, it makes
all
good.
Yes, I do have a take on King Arthur. No, I don't want to do it right now. I think, unfortunately, the immensely talented Kieran Gillen has the market cornered. Once and Future is so good. I don't want to.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait till that's done, and then we'll see.
So, I mean, you just kind of answered the question right there. Like, are you reading any other comics right now?
Yes.
Oh, a whole lot. Everything Tom King is usually my baseline of what I'm reading. And then I'll just pick up. Usually try to do one new thing and one classic thing, because obviously I've only been reading comics for 3 years, so it's this mad dash to catch up to the level of references or reference that my peers have. And so that's what I've been doing a lot of. But I just picked up Wonder Woman Dead Earth, which I'm really excited for.
Okay.
They just finished.
Yeah. I picked up the hardcover, and I'm like,
hey, you say you're reading some Tom King. Are you reading Batman and Catwoman?
I am, but I'm a little bit behind on that. But
Okay.
my favorite Tom King book out at the moment is Strange Adventures. I just love it so
much.
much.
Wow. Okay. That's the first. Okay. All right. I might have to pick that up. I have a couple issues of Strange Adventures. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
He's doing this thing with the two artists. So stupid. I don't I say stupid very liberally, but this silly formalistic things that Tom King does, doing whole books in 9-panel grids, and now switching between two artists across the course of a 12-issue maxi series is I just love it so much. It's just such a wanky writer thing to do, but it's genuinely gets me excited.
Now, are you just picking up I know you're saying you like to read some new stuff and kind of get some build your baseline up a little bit, but are you collecting seriously collecting any old books, or is it just kind of whatever?
I usually read digitally for most of the back catalog stuff, because I just find it easier. As you can see, I don't have a shelf filled with stuff behind me. I just moved. I just moved I don't know how long it is in miles, but I just moved 750 kilometers away from where I used to live, and the last thing I wanted to do was drag a whole bunch of stuff with me. And the collecting bug never really hit me. I don't particularly understand it, but I very much appreciate it, because I've seen some of the prices my books have been going for. I'm like, I don't understand, but thank you.
Yo, real quick, the birthday boy Code Red is asking a question. He said, favorite artists.
Everybody does such good work. It's a tie between, and obviously they're vastly different styles, but I've freaking obviously I love whatever Mitch Gerrits is doing. I'm a huge fan of J.H. Williams stuff as well, so it's again vastly different, but the first or second book that I ever read comics wise to any serious extent was the Batwoman Elegy, the original Greg Rucka, J.H. Williams run on Batwoman.
Okay.
And that's so beautifully surreal, and again it like switches art styles and like just incredible.
Peanut Arm Man, my man
God
Peanut, what's
damn,
up?
Peanut, you know what?
He said Peanut wants to know, do you like Masters of the Universe?
I do. Okay, so like
You could say no.
No, say yes.
So I'm saying yes.
There you
I
go.
will admit that I'm like not the like I'm not super well versed. So like most of my frame of reference comes from like the latest She-Ra thing on Netflix. So it's like slightly before my time, I guess.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh wow, youngin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So yeah, I don't know. Like the bulk of that missed me. But no, I like respect and appreciate that particular universe.
All right, let's see. My man Grav, comments are great. Depending on your success, would you want to write either DC or Marvel within the next 3 to 5 years?
I mean, it's yes. No, I would love to if that opportunity struck. I like kind of writing in my own world, so it would be. But I think I'm also like not bad when it comes to writing in other people's universes. Clearly, because Batcave clearly thought that.
Okay,
let
me ask you something. What would be a good character for you that interests you? For you, like if you could write a character, what would be the one character?
Yeah.
Okay, so DC, like obviously 100%. I would love to write Batwoman.
Okay.
If we're talking Marvel, just give me a Star Wars. Just let me do that.
Okay. Interesting. All right, nice. There you go, man.
Yeah.
Who are your favorite sci-fi writers?
It's a good question. I haven't been reading a lot of sci-fi of late. I'll give you my favorite sci-fi comic. If you haven't read Infinite Dark, I 100% recommend reading it. It's from Top Cow a couple of years ago by Ryan Cady and freaking hell. The artist is lost on me as well.
It's okay. That's another question there. Right here, bam. David.
Andrea Muti, sorry, is the artist. There we go.
There you go. Who would you like to dream collaboration with in the future?
Anyone who wants to make comics with me, like I'm not at a point where I'm like about to get picky. Anyone who can like draw to a large extent more skillfully than I can because I suck.
Yo, do you get recognized around Australia yet?
No.
Like your fame doesn't precede you?
Hey guys, yeah.
No, I went to like my first comics meetup in the new city that I've moved to on the weekend, and nobody knew who I was, so it was great.
Yo, listen, the chat is asking the hard questions, bro. Let's listen. Pick one: Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Hey,
sorry. No, that's easy to not provide a diplomatic answer to. I just grew up loving Star Wars. I love Star Trek too. I don't hate it, but if I had to pick one, I'm sorry, I'm picking the one that I like more.
Yeah, definitely. And real quick, man, my man Biggs, home of the New York Warriors, said this is my guy, Star Wars. Yep, boy, $5 super chat. Appreciate that, Biggs. Thank you, man. And with that, man, I have a little video for that, man. Let Broski say
what is this?
It's Kazizu.
Come on.
Yo,
no. Man, that turned out even better than I hoped.
Kazizu.
Yo, the CA is for cover artists, bro.
Cover artists, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. The chat has been on point. Appreciate you guys bringing questions too, from my man David over here. So, Broski, you have any questions, bro?
No, pretty much. You guys summed it up, and the information you brought to the table is good. So, like I said, anybody who's watching this, hopefully, you guys get information about the artist inside, the writer inside, what the writer's all about. Because we always concentrate on the artist, but it's always know what the writer's about. That's why I'm glad Joker put this on point with David Hazan. And no, just a pleasure. Hopefully that we get to see more work out there. And it looks like Matt Cave is slowly growing because it's independent. So you're helping a big part of that, and I can see that. So hopefully they give you more stories to write and more things to be creative with a artist team. So yeah.
You said you were trying to get over here last year for a convention. I mean, do you have any plans for conventions over here in the States?
Look, as soon as I am allowed to leave this island nation that I am currently stuck on, and I'm vaccinated and it's safe, I will go to just about anything.
Yeah,
you know, sweet. Like the top of my list are Emerald City, C2E2, and New York Comic Con.
Oh, you come to New York Comic Con?
San Diego just seems like too much for me, but like New York seems like about the right speed, I think.
All right, well, listen, you ever come to New York Comic Con, man? Definitely got to link up, David, man.
Absolutely.
I don't miss one at all. Last year was the only one I missed. This is, because they made
situation. That's a hell of a flight from Australia.
That is a hell of a flight. Ugh, oh man.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, Josh, my man Peanut said, dude, like Star Wars and Master of the Universe. You hear that, Joshua? Oh my god.
I feel like I've committed some sort of faux pas now. Like,
no. I love Star Wars. It's an inside joke with the Masters of the Universe thing. I'm not the biggest Masters of the Universe fan, so it's nothing big.
There you go.
Oh, what was I gonna? Oh, shoot!
The birthday boy giving props. Yes, definitely, man.
So are there? Do they have conventions over in Australia, like big conventions?
Yes. Our first convention back is in like 3 weeks' time. So
there you go, man. Yeah, don't worry. You'll have a line. You'll have a long line for everybody. This is like
but nobody, obviously, nobody from outside Australia can come in. I'm assuming.
No, unfortunately. I mean, some probably could, but they'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks, and nobody wants to do that.
Exactly.
At their expense as well. That's just the whole thing. I've just, it's difficult. A lot of like movie and TV production is happening here because we don't have a lot of virus. So people have been flown over for that. So it'd be interesting to see who rocks up to these things as a result. Because like Thor's filming here. Like Shang-Chi finished filming here a couple of months ago. Like,
do you? I know Australia is a big place, but do you bump into any of that?
No, not at the moment. That's all sort of up north. Not really.
It's not a bad idea, Lords of Brooklyn. Be animated.
Yeah, look, I don't know is the answer to that question. I think it would work much better live action. I love animation, but I think it would work better as a live action thing.
I don't know if you ever seen this show. It didn't last but a season. And it was actually, I think most people hated it, and that's probably why it got canceled. I actually kind of liked it. The story definitely needed to be worked on. But this kind of reminds me, in a way, of The Bastard Executioner. Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
I watched like a couple episodes of it. It wasn't the premise like this is like medieval Sons of Anarchy, like that's it was
because it was Kurt Sutter, right? I mean, it didn't work, but there were pieces of it that worked. So like I think this would be awesome too, obviously animated, but I agree. I think this would be much better live action.
Definitely, man. Yeah. So we got some Star Wars questions for you, man. If you was to write Star Wars, who would you want to do the art for you, man?
Casper Weingart is like the Star Wars guy for me. He's just like genuinely on point, drawing all the Star Warsy things. Casper Weingart, and with a co-writer, that's difficult. I've never co-written anything.
Bro, we're just gonna give it to David. That's it. All David. That's David's piece. That's it. No co-writers.
I mean, like I'd totally co-write with someone disgustingly more talented than me, you know.
Yeah.
Let me co-write something with Kieran Gillen just so I can absorb all the like creative energy. Yeah.
So how long does it take you like to write these 5 issues? Like, is it something that like you had already kind of before they came to you already had like the big overarching plot and like kind of just piece it together real quick, or is it like it takes a while to put this whole thing together? Or
it does take a while. No, partially because like I'm not working on this full time. Like it'd take me a couple of weeks if I was, but just the like I try not to invest too much into an idea until it's going to be real. Because that's just a recipe for my own heartbreak. So I had like a vague idea of the shape of the story, is how I'd put it. And then the outline came out pretty quickly, like a couple of weeks after Mad Cave gave me the okay. And then I pushed out an issue every 2 weeks after that, you know, like that's with the day job. So
was it hard to like I don't know if like you kind of had a story already and kind of had to shrink it into 5 issues, or you built it around knowing that this was only going to be 5 issues? Like, did you have something like, man, I got to cut this now. I got to cut this. I got to cut this.
No, I think I had a really clear vision of what, you know, a single arc of this would look like. And 5 issues, you know, is usually already more than people get on their first thing. You know, usually people's first thing is like 4 issues. And I got 5 and, you know, hopefully more. But yeah, I just think you write to the parameters that get given to you. And if you aren't doing that, well, then you're probably not doing your job properly.
Yeah.
Facts.
Man. Real quick, a couple more Star Wars questions. People in the chat want to know: Han Solo, Luke Skywalker?
Luke Skywalker, come on.
All right. Yeah, you go, my man. And then real quick, Star Wars: original, prequels, sequels, or extended animated series? Your fave?
That is a hard question. I think. Okay, so we'll answer it in multiple parts. I think Empire is just, you know, one of my favorite films of all time. I can't describe it any other way. Episode 2 and 3 are close to my heart for like weird personal reasons. In that, like, those are the films that I grew up with and like was anticipating seeing in the cinema. And I love the extended animated series in the way that they've like fleshed out all these characters to the point where you spend more time with like the animated versions of Anakin and Obi-Wan than you do the movie versions. And they kind of like take over in your brain. It's weird because I was just like yesterday watching the 2D animated Clone Wars with some friends. God, that series is so good. I would love to, and I think it like Michael Morecki already did this with whatever like IDW Star Wars thing that like they're doing for kids, but I would love to work on like a Clone Wars thing with that art style. That would be really, really fun to do in the comics world, I think.
It's dope, man. Who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Obi-Wan.
There you go, correct. Right? Hey, listen, I think this is an easy question, man. Come on, lawyer or comic? Come on. Let's be serious.
Do I prefer
but what kind of lawyer are you though?
At the moment, I do a lot of general practice stuff. I'm in a smaller firm, so we do a bit of everything. A lot of litigation, a lot of IP stuff is kind of the bread and butter, but a little bit of everything is the answer to your question. So yes, I have worked technically as a tax lawyer people for everybody.
So the answer to my main comments are great is going to be comic writer. That's it, comic
Yes,
writer. Right?
yes.
Real quick, man. God takes it. Yo, Joker, my homie, just wanted to hop in and tell David thank you for the badass story he has given us. Being a Robin Hood fan, even as a child, this is a wonderful twist to a great character.
Thank you very much,
Right?
God Tank. Thank you.
Yes.
Yo, if you could, like, is that the goal? Like, would you want to do this? Like, obviously, if it paid the bills, you know, you do the lawyer thing. Obviously, it pays the bills, and I'm sure part of you must like doing it at least. But like, if you could, like, if this could take care of everything, would you want to do this full time?
Oh yeah, like without a doubt. If comics could support me, that's all I would be doing. That being said, lawyering is like at its basis level, especially litigation, is like a different kind of storytelling. Because most of litigation is two different versions of the same facts.
Yes.
And you have to, obviously they compete. And so the idea is to, you know, tell the best story that explains the facts in, you know, in a certain way, and have your story win out over the other person's story. So it's kind of like competitive storytelling. Yeah.
We've asked this question. Josh asked this question so many times, but now his brother has. Since you're a Star Wars fan, man, we want to know, how does the Death Star travel in hyperspace? This is a serious question, I guess. My man Nick.
All right. So you want an answer to this? In whatever way the story says it does.
But honestly, think about that.
And this is the answer to the question of why I like Star Wars more than Star Trek, is because Star Trek people, I feel, really get into the detail of like the sci-fi elements. I'm just like, whatever works for the story, man. Like,
definitely, man. I like that, Nick. Thank you for that one. That was a good one. I like this comment too. Tino said, Boss Logic cover on Nottingham would be crazy, both from Australia. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. You never know. You never know.
Yo, any chance? I mean, I'm sure it's probably too late now, but like, let's say a second volume did happen. Any chances we could get like retailer incentive covered, like 1 in 10s, 1 in 25s type of thing?
So there were for number 1.
Really?
I missed that one.
There
I don't even remember.
There were store exclusive variants for number 1.
I've seen the store exclusives, yeah.
Well, the store exclusives.
Sorry, there were store exclusives. Sorry, some of this I'm still like figuring out how the hell this works. So if you if you find a mistake in what I've said, just let me know.
No, makes sense. Cool. Makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah. So there were variants for number 1. I don't know. I see, you know, the covers for whatever new printing at the same time as everybody else. You know, I'm just like, oh wow, like I didn't know that this was happening. This is great, but it's kind of nice to get that surprise too, in a way.
That's awesome.
So okay, so you don't see the. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but so you don't see the cover art.
I'm happy to talk.
But do they come to you and are like, Dave, look, we're going to second printing, we're going to third printing, or is it just like a surprise to you as it is the rest of us?
So I had clues that it was going to happen. Usually, when it sells out, at Diamond and then Midtown, it's usually a good sign that there's another printing coming. But yeah, sometimes I find out a little bit before if I bug people at Mad Cave to find out. Other times I just find out when everybody else does, and you know that's the nature of work for hire comics. You know, like. You just find out when you find out. But also, I think that's like the beauty of it as well. I think doing a first book work for hire has been a freaking blessing, because I don't have to worry about all the like production nonsense. I can just like write and not worry about all the other crap that goes on.
Yeah. Since you're the writer of Nottingham, Lords of Brooklyn has a question. He said, Errol Flynn or Kevin Costner as Robin Hood? Which is your favorite?
No, I'm not commenting on this one either.
My man, smart.
The answer is probably neither. But no, I think I'll give you my favorite iteration of Robin Hood. And it's the BBC did like a 3-season Robin Hood series in about like 2006, I want to say. That was like my favorite iteration of Robin Hood. Still not perfect, but like it had a very talented cast and kind of reignited my love for the character, and then which proceeded to be ruined by the the next 2 or 3 Robin Hood iterations that I saw.
Yeah.
They gave you a third option. They said the Disney version. That's the safe bet right there. Comics like that's safe. That's safe.
Yo, how many times has a stupid American asked you if you've thrown a shrimp on the Barbie?
Look, I've had it a few times. I have a lot of like, oh wow, you're in the future. Like, yeah, that joke is great, like once or twice. But when you're like on every podcast, sorry, I'm like calling out a bunch of people. Apparently, like, again, why?
It's all good, man. It's all good. Yes. So you guys, yeah, my man seen that, he says.
The Art Kemist, hilarious. Yes, that is what it means to most of the England and the Commonwealth. We understand these things. You have BBC America, you should get it, and definitely no other interpretations of that particular acronym.
Yes. So yes, man. So now that we have issue 1 and 2 out of Nottingham, what do we have to look forward to now with issue 3 coming up? Just without spoiling anything, a little synopsis about that, if you can.
Okay. Well, so Robin, the sheriff is chasing a traitor, and the chase will put him in the path of a figure from his past who may or may not be familiar to people who love the Robin Hood legends. We get 2 more characters introduced as well.
Is it Friar Tuck?
No comment. No comment. The preview pages are out. It's probably not unsafe to assume that it's Friar Tuck, but there's somebody else as well for whom we get a first appearance, who also kind of should be a foregone conclusion, but yeah. So you will get, and I guess issue 3 was my take on how the church was complicit in what was going on. Yeah, nobody is as you assume they will be.
Well, in issue 2, we learned that what's his name, Alan Dale, was the traitor of with Blackthorn. So yeah, man, this is one hell of a ride, man, and I'm digging it. Appreciate.
So wait, 3 comes out when?
2 weeks.
3 comes out 12th of May.
And the 3rd printing and 2nd printing come out.
So 2nd printing of issue 2 comes out on the 12th of May as well. Nice. And the 3rd printing of issue 1 comes out on the 19th of May.
Okay. Can't wait. Cannot wait. I'm not even kidding you, man. My Nottingham pile is like that big already, and we're only 2 issues deep. That's how much I love it.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yes. Issue 3 is a race to murder a prisoner. Yeah.
Is there a date on the trade?
I'm sorry. I believe it's October. Okay. I don't know exactly when in October. I know pre-orders are supposed to come in like July.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's either September or October is the trade.
Okay.
July makes sense for September, so let's go with September.
Okay.
There you go. And then yes, man. Again, congrats on Nottingham home run. Yes, definitely key comic. Great. My man David, man, it's been a great man. Chopping it up with you, talking to you. You know something? Let everybody know on the YouTube, man. What you got coming up and where they can find you.
All right, so can't talk about what I've got coming up, but you can find me. The best place to find me is on Twitter at David T Hazan. That's the letter T and Hazan for those of you who don't like to read, but you should be liking to read because you're reading comics. Anyway, other than that, my website is www.davidhazan.com. But Twitter is the best place to keep up with whatever I'm doing. And whatever gets announced next, I'll spam retweet like a like a good little creative partner. Like I'll do the thing.
Yeah. And we've been talking through emails, me and you. So I'm not the Twitter guy, but definitely, man, hit him up on Twitter or email too. That works too. But yes, Sif Lolly, great guest. Yes, I agree, man. I agree.
Yeah, you'll have to come back on like whenever your next thing is, like just to
happy to come back on whenever. This was a pleasure, and like it's nice to have these things after 9 a.m. instead of before.
Yes, I'm happy that you're happy with that because I know it's like a 13-hour difference, bro. So thank you for that. Thank you. Again, man, this is David Hayes, man, Hazan. Hazan. And again, guys, man, pick up Nottingham. The trade, you heard it, man. October. Pre-order it like we do. We're gonna definitely mention it on FOC whenever that pops up. So yeah, man. Again, David, thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, man. Until next time, man. Thank you. All right. If you want to stick around, you can stick around. We've done basically. So we're gonna move on to our CBSI stuff now. All right, guys.
Okay. Right? I might leave you. Bye.
Yes. No problem, David. Yes.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, man. So
good
dope,
dude.
Man. Yeah, awesome. That was freaking dope.
Seriously though, if we haven't said it enough, if you guys have not read this, figure out a way to read it. And no, I am not selling any of my copies, so don't even ask.
Yo, I mean, you could definitely read issue 1 and 2 online.
Yes, they're on the websites.
Or if you wanted to read it digitally, pay for it. Comixology issue 1 and 2 is there too, guys. Dude, I'm not bullshitting you. It's a great read, man. If you're into detective and figuring out certain stuff, this is a good book to read. So yes, yeah, man, awesome. So we're gonna move on, man, to do our CBSI cover tunes. With Mike Morello, and let me just bam. There you go. And then he's doing part 2 of last week, man. Beautiful Shapes, man. He's starting off with this here, Liberty Meadows, issue number 5, guys. And this week's issue, he's doing Frank Cho and he's doing Lucio Perillo. So right now he's hitting us with a Frank Cho here, with Liberty Meadows. Back in December '99. Broski, what do you say about this cover?
Yeah, I picked these up when I see them. They're not really out there that much. I don't know how printed it is, but I got a few issues done by Frank Cho. Reminds me a little bit of Wonder Woman when he draws this character. That's where I get this aspect when I'm reading this art. It's kind of like when you read these books, they're kind of like sideways, not like a page reprinted. It's like sideways. You read them like almost like I forgot what the book was called. But dope ass cover art. It's Frank Cho. Frank Cho is really good, known for drawing thick women. So
yes,
I'm game on that.
Yo, broski, like I'm thick. Josh, what you say?
Well, I think that's pretty rude of her to get in the way of him painting.
Right?
Yeah.
How rude?
Yeah. I mean, would I buy it? No. It's cool. I mean, mad respect for Frank Cho. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, definitely. So moving on to Perillo, man, and you got Deja Thorus issue number 10 from February this year. Broski, what you say?
Yeah, this is another dope artist. He draws his women really good in detail. What can you say? These a lot of cover buys for like this. I think shout out to Spine Ticks. He did not put this art, but that story run he did because of the cover art. He didn't like the interior. This is another thing that's iffy about reading. I won't read it, but if it's dope ass cover art, I'll probably pick it up just for the PC. Deja Thor's really a book that he does a lot of work with Lucio Perillo, and it does not disappoint.
There you go, man. So we're moving on from Danger Thorus to Jungle Girl #1, Frank Cho from September 2007, and this cover is pretty badass. I'm digging it. I'm liking it.
The birds are pretty cool.
Yeah, sure, I guess. Yo, what you say, Josh?
Realistic looking birds, parrots. It's cool. I don't know, like
Fruit Loops.
There's just something about Dynamite. Like, I don't like them. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the logo. As petty as that sounds, and I understand it is petty. Like, I don't like anything Dynamite does. Like, again, it's good artwork.
Yeah, definitely, man. What you say, broski?
So basically, Josh just reads his books. He don't look at the cover art. So like, no, I like it. I didn't think this was even a Cho cover, but it's dope ass cover. Dynamite. I do have a few books that I picked up. Try to read them when I get a chance, but I can't disappoint because of the detail. Look at the back detail. I think one of them said the trees. The detail itself is pretty dope in the background.
And you know what, Figure Drawing? I'm agreeing. I agree with you. Josh is overthinking this. Let's talk about birds.
What do you mean? You're asking my opinion.
I'm messing with you, bro. So we're moving on from Jungle Girl to that. Was that it? No. Let me see. I think I got stuck. No bullshit. Give me a second, guys. Bam.
No worries.
All right, to Queen Sanja. Sanja in my broski voice.
Queen Sanja.
Look what she's wearing.
What is she wearing? A cape? A toboggan.
A toboggan, according to Peanut.
Oh, man. Yo, a toboggan, Peanut. There you go.
Dude, a toboggan is a sled.
Yeah, what do you think of this, broski?
Like I said, it goes back to he draws women very well, very detailed and sexy. You know what I'm saying? What can he say? If you're a person who loves women, pick these up.
All right. Yeah. And Josh?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, again, respect the art. It's, I don't really have much to say on it. It's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. A nice line. I like how he played with the white in the background, made the mountains and stuff. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool drawing. The blood is dope. So Perillo's amazing.
She's got to be cold. I'll tell you that.
Yes, she has to be. Don't worry. Let me see. We're moving on to another Red Sanja. This is Savage Red Sanja, the Queen of Frozen Waste, issue #3, from October 2006. Covered them by Frank Cho. So broski.
Yeah, like I said, the detail on the fucking ape is dope with the gorilla. I just like the way that he drew it and the way that she's attacking. So yeah, like I said, they can't go wrong with detail. And like I said, he draws thick women to the T, and I like it. I can't. It's one of those ones where I'm not looking for that book, but I'll take a double take.
Yeah,
when I'm looking at these books. Oh shit! And I'll look at it. And, okay. Yeah,
oh yeah, definitely, man. I'm sure Josh got another. All right. That was the last book there, man, from my man Mike Morello, with the Frank Cho and Lucio Perillo hitting us again with the Beautiful Shapes Part 2. Last week it was done. What artist was it last week? I forgot it was. He had another
Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes. And it was somebody else.
Adam Hughes. I know he had a thing for redheads last week. This week, he's been doing. I see one blondie there, and a redhead. One redhead, two redheads. It was the same person. So, all right. So we're done with that, man. So shout out again to CBSI, man. Comicbookinvest.com, man. Anything comic books, check it out, man. Dope articles there, man. Great writers. And again, man, while we're talking about that, man, get your right on, man, with CBSI. This is a chance, man. With Writer Wars here, man. Write an article for CBSI, definitely, and win one of these prizes. They'll pick a winner. What is it? The first place wins issue #1 of High Republic, comic book exclusive book. And second place is issue 3 of comic book exclusive. And then the third place is going to be issue 4 of that. So they'll more info is on comicbookinvest.com for that, man. So this is a great way of writing for them, man, and trying to win these books. So there you go. So yeah, man. That's that. And real quick, man, guys, I've been noticing, and I saw a couple pictures of this online, and I want to get your take on this, man. This is the first time we've seen some shots of Miss Marvel, man. And what do y'all think of the costume?
It's dope. It's dope. I can't wait for it. I know that I don't really know this character that much. I know that the Doom 143 shout out to him. He praised a lot on this character, Kamala Khan. I missed out on the boat on getting her first appearance or stuff. So I do have a couple Miss Marvel comics, but not a heavy reader when it comes to her. So this will help me out with the knowledge. So I'm hyped for the movie just to gain a certain aspect of this character.
Yes. Again, Kamala Khan to me, is one of those we've been talking about it. It's definitely one of those books like for future characters to spec on, especially now that she's going to be in the Captain Marvel movie and making her own movie over here. Josh, what you say?
I say that first appearance goes higher and higher by the minute, especially since they released that the other day.
Oh yeah,
not that it already wasn't a massively selling expensive book.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something off on the logo on her. I don't know. I mean, again, little things, but like, isn't her logo more like come to points
like that?
I guess maybe not.
No. I feel like this is a little bit. This is pretty accurate. This costume right here, man.
Yeah.
Except the shoes.
I mean, no.
Just joking, bro. Nah, they hit it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, they did, man. And shout out to the actress. What is it, Iman Vellani? They did pick up a good actress for this character. So and how long they're gonna be? She's gonna be playing a part in the MCU. We'll see, man. Depends. But Miss Marvel is here, and she's definitely a book to you should have had already in your collection. Whether it's the first full appearance, first full cover appearance, or whatever it is, with the Marvel Point One, it's just those books are just going to be hard to get now. And they're going to just get more expensive, So yeah, I'm digging it. Man, with the costume, dope. So yeah, man, let's do a little show and tell before we go, man. Broski, you have anything, man, you want to show?
No, just the fact that I did pick up this, which a lot of people have. A lot from what I've heard, don't buy off that secondary market. Just try to be patient with that book because it is everywhere. Check your LCS. They might have them in the back. I was able to find it by asking my comic shop owner, which had them in the back if you had to purchase Berserker 2 and had Berserker 1. I pick up these ones over now and then. These are the 1 in 10s for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't really read this one. I really read the ones that they put together, the best of the ones that are color ones.
See, there's a Casey Jones one coming out.
Yeah, the orange one looks nice.
Yeah.
This is one that I picked up when we did Tom McFarlane. I never knew that it was out there in the wild by just Googling or eBaying Tom McFarlane comic art. So I think this is a dope one to have in the PC if you never see it. I've never seen this one in the wild. So it's dope ass Tom McFarlane art. I got you,
broski. I got you. I'll put you on.
Yeah, brother. And then I picked up this because this might be something that me and Joker talked about it.
Yeah,
the Sorcerer Supreme. You never know with Captain Marvel, and I know that the fact that they're probably going to drop Captain Marvel as opposed to a movie or whatever because of the actor or actress. What else can I show? What else?
Don't buy that Midtown Facts.
Yeah, I know
crazy.
Did like stuff I want to get reads. This one right here. Spider-Man vs. Wolverine. I never read this. I will pick this up a few days ago on like a little trade paperback, whatever. So it's a little story. I don't really read a lot of this stuff, but when I get a chance, I want to. Another one I talked about yesterday was Bitterroot. I missed the boat on the first 10 issues, so I was able to get the trades. I want to read this and know what it's about. No issue. Spine Take Shot. They did talk a little bit more about Bitterroot in the B covers. So check out on that.
Expensive. That's why.
And then and shout out to Ezra's Tiger. Yeah, he was talking about that bad boy. He kind of broke it down.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Art Kemist. dope ass artist. Hit him up if you want something done. In the side, DM him. Arsenio Art Kemist does really great art. Does talented. My wife had a kick on this, and she was trying to figure out your name through the signature. But when it comes to special art, especially for the YouTube community, one day as a collector, I would like to go through that aspect of collecting people's artwork towards the community as well, just not the famous artists that are out there, because there's a lot of unknown artists out there that we don't know about that can draw and put detail, especially the time and effort that they put in it. And I appreciate you, Arsenio, for that. No, that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much it. One thing I do want to share is these are the 1 in 5s spawns. I tend to pick these up now as much as I can, because you don't know how many copies of LCS carry. But for right now, I think we talked about our FOC. Their A, B, and C covers, they're all hitting out the park of the spawn run. So, so if I were you, I'd pick this up, especially getting these signed. I try to get multiples of the 1 in 5s just to get it signed and slabbed from the Capullo and McFarlane if I can in the future. And I would like, and then it's dope for the black and white to get like a little remark on it. So it's just a little heads up for you guys out there. But that's pretty much my pickups and my knowledge of sharing when it comes towards what I got. So
First appearance of Wazi Zoo. Appreciate that, bro. Ski. Let me show off some books here before Josh. Just 4 books I picked up, man. I ordered this like last month for Woman in Marvel. I just really like the Stephanie Hans cover that he did there. This came in a set. Was it a trade dress and a version? I just ended up with the trade dress. I wasn't gonna pay crazy for that. And then shout out to David Hazan for being here, man. Thank you. This came in yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or Friday. Nottingham issue number 1, second printing came in. These books, even the second printings, has been getting hot. So don't sleep on those, man. All right. And then shout out to CBCS. While me and Biggs do the hot list for them. This was on the list last week. This right here, man. We got Iron Fist, the Living Weapon A cover number 1.
I got mine coming in tomorrow.
I looked for that today. Didn't find it.
That's nice, bro. So you can tell your story tomorrow. All right. So then, and then I have a second printing for that too, man. So that's all I have. My bad, Josh. What you said?
No, I said I was looking for that today. I thought I may find it in a shop, but didn't.
No.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, there you go, brother. Now it's your go, bro.
So I got a lot of books this week, and there's no way I'm going to show them all. I'll be here forever. Started off as a really good week. Last week ended really nice with the show. Started good. I got that ASM 50. It's already off the CGC. Then got double nut punched. Having that ASM 14 taken from me. So I had to make up for it in some small way. So okay, so I showed these yesterday on Coffee and Comics or Comics and Coffee. But here's your upcoming Batman issues. Batman 108. Very, very good read. I've already read it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
There's the variant.
Miracle Molly on the cover there. Yep. And yes, Big Remo. That was I bought that off of eBay before the price is going crazy.
Batman Second Son. The first issue was a really good read. I liked that a lot better than Future State.
Okay.
I feel like if they led with this series instead of Future State, it would have probably been received better. That's the variant.
That's a sick ass cover though.
Yeah. With Batwing. Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad number 3.
Dude, that's a sick ass cover. You can't tell me, bro.
Yeah, it is. I don't even know why I bought it. I got to stop doing things. Not that I do it that often, but I got to stop buying things for cover. There's the 1 in 25. Miracle Molly. Here's the 1 in 50.
Yeah, put those books down. Get yourself a Red Sanja.
No, I'm good with. Got 2 of these last week.
Yeah, that's dope.
Silk 1 in 25s. Pretty dope. Okay, so what else? Okay, so Nick actually gave me this Strange Academy #1. This is the Walmart.
Nice. Okay. Shout out to Nick, man. Okay. Good job, Nick.
What else we got in this week? We got so this is why it's important to make connections in the comic book community, especially with shops. Is I got to go to the guy who owns my shop, Richie. I talk about him all the time. Finally got to go to his house. We have Terrificon coming up, so went through a lot of stuff at his house, and so much stuff he has forgotten that he even has. The amount of stuff, I'd be here for an hour telling you what we found there, but some really, really dope stuff that we did find. And I bought some stuff from him, and I'll go through that real quick. So this was one of them. Very nice copy of Batman 357.
Okay.
Probably the nicest raw copy I've ever seen in person.
Yeah. And Killer Croc. Yeah.
Yep. These are a couple more of the combo packs that I needed for New 52. So that's first Bluebird, Batman New 52 number 28, number 30, and number 21. That's first Duke Thomas.
Nice.
So some very, very small. Got one of these. Avengers 62. First M'Baku.
Jermaine born. All right.
M'Baku.
Very nice copy of Batman 423. Very nice. You can see that spine.
I needs that.
Crispy.
Yeah, so do everybody does.
Here you go, Gomez. You had 2 of these.
Well, you got both. One for me, right? Yeah,
Dude, just the fact that he was able to sell me that one, I couldn't believe it. I could tell he kind of didn't want to.
Yeah.
But I got all those books for $350, so
That's
he
a
cut
good
me a
price.
serious deal.
That
Yeah.
is a
That
good
one book right there is for that all that right there, man.
Yeah.
Easily.
And it is the 9/8 candidate. Okay, so I don't do like a lot of like hunting other stores other than comic shops. So kind of by mistake went to not mistake. I just didn't intend to go there. I had to run up to work real quick today, and I went to this toy shop that's by me, and I found so much shit for like nothing.
Okay.
So
let's see.
ROM 31.
Okay. All right.
Second Rogue.
Yeah, I'm 30.
Here you go, Peanut. These are Star Wars books that I am completely unfamiliar with, and there's not many that I am.
Mhm.
But one of these is a semi big book. So you got Dawn of the Jedi #0 and #1, and it's this one. It's got a bunch of first appearances in it. This is the origin of the Force and the Jedi. But I think this is like, I could be wrong. I think this is like a $200 book raw.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
All the way from Brazil. What's up?
Ready for this one?
Yeah.
Found
Okay,
First
there you
Riri.
go. First Riri. Damn, 2 Riris. Damn, 3 Riris. They thirsty. You know what, man? Listen. I'm the OG of this shit, son. All right, look. I'm the OG. This is my meme. All right, I'm fucking mine. That's mine.
Dang.
Yo.
A-okay, huh?
Yo. I lost count, bro. What was that? 6?
7.
All for cover or what?
7.
Yo,
Dude, I don't even know. Like, if that.
He's just like, here, take my money, and ran out.
No, because it's a place that, you know, comics are not their #1 there. You know, I don't even know. I don't even know how this guy stays in business, to be quite honest with you, because he's got a lot of shit there. Not necessarily comics. He's got a lot of toys there, but I never ever see anybody in that store ever.
Do they do gaming nights there?
They have a lot of
That's
old
where the money goes right there. A lot of people invest in that.
My man bitch said he went re all the way home. Word.
What else?
That's dope. Congrats, brother.
That.
Oh, nice.
Damn, this is all the toy show, the toy store.
Yep.
Damn, boy.
I'm gonna go to the toy store tomorrow. No way, man. No way.
Yeah, I got questions for you. We do it off air, bro. I got questions.
This I didn't get from the toy store. This I got from Richie today. I love Dark Souls. Not a big book, but love Dark Souls.
Yeah, you like Dark Souls.
Total $230. Damn.
Yeah. There's Lando. Okay. Josh went to the bank today. I don't think necessarily he did.
Well, these aren't mine. Well, so you guys saw the post. One of them's in the press right now, but Richie just got in a deal of a lifetime. Just walked into the shop early this week. Saw that Avengers #1. Very nice copy. Very, very nice copy. And there's an X-Men one also. Check out my IG if you want to see the video on that. And then this was also in there. There was a bunch of old books in there. None of them were bagged or boarded, any of them, but still nice condition for how they were stored. So there was a Journey 86 in there. And this he gave to me, which I then gave to Nick. So
he said his stories up front. I'm telling you, yo, comic figure drawing, yes. Wow. Yeah,
that's it. I mean, there's other stuff, but for another time.
Definitely the Sopranos branched out to toys and yes, they did. Lords of Brooklyn, man. So yes, you know what, man? About almost hour and a half, man. That sounds about right, man. Shout out to my man David Hazan that he passed by, and we talked Nottingham. We talked Star Wars. If you catch it on the rewind, man, it was a good interview. What a pickup! That's what I'm talking about, right, David? And shout out to David. He's gonna have his live show on Tuesday, guys. So stay tuned for that one, there, man. All right. Yes, congrats. So yeah, man. What happened?
David had a top 50 on his collection due to date, so just check on that on YouTube if you get a chance to talk about David. So yeah.
There you go. All right. So yeah, let's do our little final thoughts and shout outs, man. Start with Josh, man.
I really don't have. I mean, you'll take care of all of our shows and stuff like that, so I don't have really too much to talk about. Waiting on some CGC orders to get back, scheduled to be graded right now, so hopefully another month or so.
Bird said, "Hella dope these guys are, man." Well, maybe not Gomez. Oh man. Okay, going to watch the beginning and the rewind. Yeah, definitely, man. Catch it, man. It was a great interview, man. You guys had a great show today. Appreciate that, man. Shout out to this toy store.
Obviously, thank you to David for coming on.
Yes.
Awesome book, or stories, I should say.
Shh, figure drawing. We don't mention that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo, broski, man, final thoughts and shout outs, bro.
Shout out to David Hazan for coming in and able to us to see the aspects of a writer. That's dope. That's what can I say? It's just seeing the fact of how he put together Nottingham and how he's able to do what he's doing up. And what was the area he was at
Australia.
But for making the time for that, I appreciate it. Like I said, I put out a haul video a little while ago. I'm probably putting something together later on, maybe during the week if I got time. But always a pleasure to be on the show and to do this show as well with my brother. So yeah, just like I said, plugs. Joker will do the plugs right now, so we save some time. But for the most part, I always appreciate it.
Yeah. Listen, man. Look, my man Big Remo left you a message there.
Let's go cruising. Whenever, brother. Whenever, you just let me know. You catch me on my DM me on IG, bro. You already know.
No doubt, David.
You got it, David.
Josh is still not checked in yet. Thanks, CGC. My books I sent last week. All right, there you go. Shout out to Kazi.
Your books you sent last week, they're not checked in. They're not going to get checked in for like a month, probably longer, bro. Like mine just got checked in and they've been there for a month.
Damn.
And now with the rush that's going on that everyone just did to beat the price.
Yeah. A humble assassin. Yeah, that's another thing, man. That grinds your gears, huh? It grinds your gears. Okay, later. Definitely, man. So yeah, man. As the guy said, man. Shout out to David Hazan, man. Great dude. We talked Nottingham earlier. We talked Star Wars. We talked writing and who he would like to pair up to write Star Wars. Everything was dope. Check out that interview. At the same time, man, shout out to CBSI, Mike Morello for the cover tunes too. Shout out to my broskies right here for joining me today, man, doing this. And you already know, man, over here, on Thursdays, man, if you're just brand new to this, man, make sure you like, subscribe, man, turn on the notification bell so you can get more content like this and more. Like Thursday we get a new comic day review. We pick up books on new comic book day, we read them, and we just review them. We'll talk about them and give it a little flavor. And we do cover 5 with CBSI. Mike Morello pick up books, from New Comic Day, not incentives, not no high price books, just cover A, cover B's, basically, and he talks about them. And we talk about them, I should say.
What are we reviewing next week?
Talking about that, this is what we're gonna be reviewing next week, man. Bam, listen, my man, I'm on point, bro. I'm on point. Here we got, you know what? For shits and giggles, man, just for Biggs and Roman, we're gonna do Heroes Reborn #1. Give it a one-time shot. See what's going on with that one. And then we got Amazing Spider-Man issue 65, Batman 108, and then with Nocterra issue #3. But at the same time, the fellas Gomez, I'm sure he'll read his books. And he'll have an honorable mention maybe if he has time. Josh, he'll have an honorable mention if he does. But this is going to be the main books that we'll read for Thursday, guys. And again, guys, man, right after this, man, at 9 p.m., guys, just short than a half hour from now. You got Thoro over there, Savage Sunday comic book sale, guys, man. So you got a couple of vendors over there. I think Biggs is gonna be selling books with Thoro tonight. So there you go, man. So shout out to Thoro and the Clean Book Sale.
Oh shit! You know what's coming out next week?
What is coming out next
Red
week?
Sonja and Vampirella.
Yes.
Shocking.
Yes.
Every week.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Other than that, man, let me see. Like I said, man, and on Friday we do our CBSI Friday FOC. It's not Friday night no more. It's gonna be Friday FOC. We're gonna put it out during the day, maybe during lunchtime, so y'all guys can squeeze out, go to your LCSs, and put your orders in for your FOC. Don't miss out on books that you can put on your pull list. And just give you a heads up of what's coming out. So Josh does a real good job putting that together. So appreciate that. And again, man, next week, man, you already know our podcast show that we have on Sundays. I think next week, I don't think we have anything really big going on next week, unless Broskies or they come up with something. And you already know Thoro, man, on Tuesday in the Spotlight, I do it with him. And the Warriors on Monday. Then Thursday the Chop Up. I think the Warriors. I think Big said he might do an auction. I don't know if he's gonna be selling tonight. I think it's just a regular show tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And then our CBSI top list, man. It's not CBSI. CBCS top list on Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. Yes. Stay tuned for that too, guys. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, I have nothing else to say. But huge shout outs again to David Hazan for joining us today, man. It was great chopping up with him, man. Getting to know a writer, man, from one of your books that you really enjoy and you really read from the indies. It's pretty dope to get to know him, man. And again, shout out to you guys out there, man, for bringing some dope questions for David, man. Appreciate you guys, man. That was pretty dope. You know what I mean? And we try to bring out more content like that, see if we could bring some artists out here. I reached out to a couple of artists already, a couple of writers too, do some more of these artist lounge that we do. We like to do the artist spotlight a lot, but, we got to touch on the writers too. So we're going to do the writers lounge as frequent as we can. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, other than that, you already know we're here, we're there, we're everywhere, man. And with that said, man, enjoy the rest of your weekend and enjoy your week, guys. All right, later.
Bye.